The psychological switch that stops manipulators cold and puts you ahead. Manipulators thrive when you react exactly how they expect. But there's a psychological switch, simple, powerful, and counterintuitive, that stops them cold and instantly puts you ahead. Have you ever walked away from a conversation, realizing you'd been played? Maybe you said yes when you wanted to say no. Maybe you defended yourself when you shouldn't have. Or maybe you left feeling drained, wondering, how did they twist me like that? Here's the truth. Manipulators don't win because they're smarter. They win because they exploit your automatic responses. But in this video, I'll show you the switch that breaks their pattern. You'll learn how manipulation works at a psychological level, the instant shift that disarms any manipulator, real examples from business, relationships, and everyday life, and a step-by-step framework so you can stay one move ahead. By the end, you won't just resist manipulation, you'll rise above it. How manipulators win. Manipulators rely on one thing: your instinct to react. They provoke, guilt trip, flatter, or confuse you until you defend, explain, or apologize. The moment you react, they control the frame. Psychologists call this compliance momentum. Once you start responding, you keep responding, and the manipulator keeps tightening the net. Example. They say, if you really cared, you'd do this for me. You explain, I do care, but I just can't right now. And with that single explanation, you're hooked. Every word you add strengthens their hold. Think of manipulation like fishing. They throw the bait. The moment you bite, even just nibble, you're caught. The psychological switch. So how do you stop them cold? Here's the switch. Don't react, redirect. It sounds simple, but it's powerful because it breaks their script. When they guilt trip you, instead of explaining, you calmly ask, why is this so important to you? When they corner you with flattery, instead of agreeing, you ask, what do you need from me right now? When they accuse you, instead of defending, you say, what makes you think that? See the shift? Instead of giving them energy, you hand the weight back. Their script crumbles. Their control dissolves. That's the switch. From reactive to reflective, stories and case studies. Story 1. A boss uses guilt. He says, if you were truly committed, you'd stay late again tonight. Most employees defend, I am committed, but I have. One employee flips the switch. What makes late hours more valuable than quality results? The boss stumbles. The control dissolves. Story 2. A partner manipulates with blame. They say, you never make time for me. Reactive answer, that's not true, I spent yesterday. Reflective switch. What would quality time look like to you right now? The tone changes. The guilt evaporates. Story 3. A negotiator tries intimidation. They snap. Your numbers don't add up. Why should we trust you? Weak response, frantic explanations. Strong response. Which numbers matter most for your decision? Instantly, the power flips. In each case, the manipulator expected defense. Instead, they met reflection, and that single shift froze their momentum. The framework to master it. Here's how to practice the switch. Step 1. Pause. When you feel the urge to react, hold back. Even a second of silence is powerful. Step 2. Resist the bait. Don't explain, don't defend, don't justify. That's the trap. Step 3. Redirect with reflection. Ask calm, open questions. Why is this important to you? What outcome are you hoping for? What do you need most right now? Step 4. Hold steady presence. No anger, no sarcasm, just calm curiosity. This doesn't just stop manipulation. It reestablishes control. Manipulators count on your reaction. They thrive on your defenses. But when you flip the switch, when you pause, resist, and redirect, their power collapses. And suddenly, you're not just free of their control, you're ahead, because the person who refuses to be manipulated commands respect. So the next time someone tries to twist you, don't defend. Don't react. Flip the switch. Stop them cold and step into control. If this opened your eyes, imagine applying it this week. For more insights on power, persuasion, and presence, subscribe now, because the next video might give you the exact edge you've been searching for.